Good evening, everyone.
Sally.
Good evening.
Oh, it must be there by the camera. Sorry. Good evening again. Welcome to this evening's Toastmasters meeting. It is number 181. My name for the guests is Sally, and I'll be your SAA tonight. And my duty, if you haven't been to Toastmasters before, is to welcome you all to the meeting and to give you a bit of housekeeping rules and regulations. So here at the hotel, the bathrooms are down the corridor all the way to turn a little bit to the right and then turn a little bit to the left. Down the passage, you'll see the door. At home, when you're online, you know where your bathrooms are. If you're online, if you could rename yourself, which I think you all have done so already. There's only 2 of you online. And yeah, so for me, it's about welcoming you. And we have these little woo-woo notes on the table that if you'd like to give someone a bit of affirmation and you haven't got time to actually speak to them in the evening, you write your notes on there, your little love note, and you can pass it around so that they can get some of your affirmation.
Got muted. We got muted. You can hear us now. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I think when we lost connection, we seem to have muted ourselves on the way back into the room. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. It's lovely to see some new, some old faces, and I look forward to a wonderful evening together where we celebrate the theme Elevate. And it's, as Sally said, our 181st meeting. So we're getting closer to the 200. We're going to have to start planning that big event for when we reach our 200th meeting. I'd like to take this time, I know Anna isn't with us, she's traveling at the moment, but we celebrated her birthday on the 4th of July. So Anna, happy birthday to you for the 4th of July. And welcome to everybody else. And I want to just take a little bit of time to get to know some of our guests. We don't have any guests online this evening, but our first guest that we have is the dear Bomakazi, who has been very patient with us throughout this evening's setup. And Bomakazi is from the team from the Peninsula Hotel. And we really appreciate you hosting us whenever you are in our first meeting of the month. Sometimes third meeting. But we really appreciate you, your team and all the things that you do for us. So thank you so much. Well, Makazi, so what has brought you here this evening? Was it Chris?
Yes. he asked me, it didn't force me, but it just asked if is it possible if I can attend so that I can get more confident and see how it does, how it works. Because I told him that I never attended and I never see you, not like that day I said I will wait for you until we meet, because we haven't met each other face to face, only over the communicating of emails. Yes. So he said then yes, it's fine, then you can go and see how it works and everything.
Nice. Great.
So I'm looking forward.
Fabulous. And Bomakazi, maybe later on when it's table topics time, you have a little bit of time to stand up and tell a story about yourself, whatever the theme is that Claire has for you.
Okay.
It's a little impromptu, quick time to speak. So if you feeling brave and you want to, there's no pressure.
Okay.
But if you'd like to, you can participate.
Okay.
Great. Well,
Thank
welcome.
you.
Thanks for being with us. And then we have got Rosetta. Welcome. And little Ruby, our honorary guest. This is a little puppy. 3 months old.
Yes.
First little puppy that's visiting our Toasted Club. So we're very excited and she's very cute. Oops. Just quickly need to let someone in the waiting room. So welcome, Rosetta. What has brought you to Toastmasters this evening?
My husband really.
Did he drag you screaming and kicking? Or
No, nothing of that.
Okay.
I would like her to come with me, even at the old club.
Okay.
She would always
Okay.
come and support.
So you know how Toastmaster
Yep.
meeting works, and
Thank
this
you.
is not your first rodeo. Okay, great. Well, welcome, and thanks so much for being with us.
Okay. Pleasure.
And Roger is a fellow Toastmaster from the Sea Point Toastmasters, correct?
Yes, Sea Point, Table Bay. They call it Table Bay.
Oh, Table Bay.
Toastmasters
Okay,
Club.
okay,
I've been there since 2006
okay.
until last year.
Wow, long time.
Yeah, I had cancer
Oh, sorry.
and also my kidneys packed up as well.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like going down like a sinking ship. So I thought I better crack on with my, my bucket list. So we're going to South America next year.
Amazing. Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, well, wishing you all the best on your health.
Thanks.
And amazing that you get to do something on your bucket list. That's great.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us this evening. And Shifa, I see you have popped in to say hello online. How are you? We haven't seen you for ages. Hello.
Hey, hi everybody.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you for that warm welcome. I really appreciate it.
Where are you in the world at the moment?
I'm actually in Cape Town. Yeah.
Oh, and you're not here with us in person.
Yeah, now you know what? I've got a family function tonight, but I thought, I can't miss this opportunity to while I'm here to just join Toasted, even if it's online.
Oh, amazing. Well, it's lovely to have you. Maybe you'd like to
Thank you.
participate in your family event doesn't interfere.
Yes, I'll be in and out, but I just wanted to be part of the function this evening.
Oh, it's lovely to see you again. So thank you for being with us. That's such great timing, Kwame. It's your time to shine. How are you? Welcome. No, that's okay. So Kwame, you joined us online last time, so now you get to feel the in-person vibe. What brought you back? Besides maybe Talisha.
I really enjoyed the last session, and I'm happy to be here again.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Love it. Thank you so much for being with us. And to Rochelle and Libby, hello online. It's lovely to see you both. Please keep your cameras on so we can see your beautiful faces, if you're happy to be recorded. So now that we've welcomed everybody, we have our new... Oh, thank you. It's also good timing. Tabaling, hello and welcome. Can you hear us? Tabaling, can you hear us? Not yet. Okay. Please tell me if she unmutes and then I'll pop her a hello. It is July. And it is our Toastmasters beginning of the year. So July till June is our Toastmasters year. So I'd like to please invite some of our old EXCO members aren't with us here this evening. But if I could please invite the old EXCO to come up just so I can have a few words with you. You're not in trouble. missing Sean, we're missing Chantal, and then we've got Gabrielle and Sally. So and me, yeah. From my heart to yours, you guys have been amazing, and you really have held such beautiful space for our club. I know it's been busy and it's been sometimes a bit crazier than we maybe expected, but I really appreciate everything that you've done, and I look forward to working with you further.
Thank you.
Yes. So now the old exco kind of stepped back a little bit.
And you must explain what more you do.
Oh yes, sorry. Gabrielle was Vice President of Membership. Sally was many hats, like VPPR, Treasurer, Secretary, and I was President
and everything.
filled in other spots.
And held the space.
And held the space. So we have got some new EXCO members joining us for our next term from July to June. So I'd like to welcome up Michaela, Talisha, and Eugenie. But then they can see us all in one space. Sorry, we take a picture, please. Oh, but just now when I finish my story.
Oh, okay.
So we welcome, it's very exciting because we've got some fresh blood in the Exco and they're going to come with beautiful new ideas and hopefully inspire us all. So Talisha's very kindly stepping into the secretary role. So she's going to be holding hands with Michaela, who will be the VPE, sorry, Vice President of Education. So she'll be helping you navigate your growth, making sure you're doing speeches, marking them off on the pathways and Toastmasters website. And then our lovely Eugene is going to VPPR. So he will be making the beautiful flyers, posting on social media, making us visible, actually answering messages when they come in. So to the three of you, thank you so much. You have absolutely no idea how we are so excited and so grateful that you've come up and you are here to serve your club. And we really, really appreciate it. And we look forward to working all of us together. So thanks. And Anna, sorry, and Anna's not here, but she's going to be, Anna is going to be the SAA. So Sally is stepping in as SAA when Anna's not around. And Gabrielle will continue as Vice President of Membership, and I'm continuing as President, because we will then find someone great to fill those roles later in the year. So welcome to the new Exco, and we look forward to a great year together. We have a photo.
Come on, special.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Libby. We're very excited. I would now like you to all fill your glasses, and it's our time. Ntabeleng, can you hear us now? I hope I'm saying your name right too.
Yeah, you said it there, but the mic doesn't.
Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm glad you can hear us. We raise our glasses to South Africa and all her speakers. To South Africa and all her speakers. Cheers. Thank you, Talisha, for the lovely bubbles. I'm wishing all of our speakers, new, and not so new, all the best of luck for tonight. You're going to be amazing. I know the speeches that we've had that come out of this club are just so beautiful and authentic and really speak to each of us in different ways. So I'm wishing you all the best. To our role players, all the best. And I now have the absolute pleasure of handing over to our glorious Gabrielle, who's going to definitely make us think a lot. And I'm sure there are going to be many, many takeaways. So Gabrielle as our Toastmaster.
I must be there.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
All the world is but a stage. Who said that? Shakespeare.
Oh, yes.
And he said, we are merely actors who are coming on stage, fulfilling a role, and leaving again. And that's what I think is happening here as well. Good evening, Madam President, dear members and honored guests. I'm the Toastmaster or tour guide of the evening, and I am hopefully an engaging MC. I have to hold the program a little bit together. I will introduce the roles, and I will see that the program runs in time. We have an agenda which you find on the table, and the agenda is everywhere in the world the same. So if you go to a club in another country and you have had a role already here, you can step right into, in case there's emergency, you can say, yes, I'm ready. And that is what we prepare for at Toastmaster. We prepare each other for life. And here we can make our little pickups and be loved nevertheless. And out in life, you will show how much you have learned. And the theme of the evening is Elevate. So I thought, okay, there are so many fantastic speakers. There's Brené Brown, there's Mandela, there's Tutu. I mean, what can I find when I looked on the Elevate? And the first thing which came, and sorry, I have to leave the camera and come to this here. The first one is a physical thing about Elevate. So let's see what we have when we talk about Elevate. And that is physical. But let's talk about the personal part, increasing yourself in status or importance. I would like to invite you, turn to your right neighbor and tell them in quickly now what you like about them. There might be an interesting kind of glasses, there might be a nice shirt, there might be beautiful eyes, there might be whatever. So, ready, steady, go, and two of you on the right-hand side. Turn your right and then
that you were like so engaged and it's making noise. I love that there's attention to detail and really participating, really being involved in it. I love that. So I'm very glad that you're here.
Lots of thank you. I like your welcoming posture. I already feel so welcomed by how you welcome. Beautiful sunshine smile.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you.
you have switched over. Improve your status, improve your person. Okay, finished. Ding dong, we are done. Ding dong. So that's another possibility of elevating. I can see in your faces you're content. Somebody said something nice to you. Now then I was looking for the third one. And I came about a guy, his name is Andrew Huberman. Maybe you have heard about him. I think he is the professor for elevation. So I chose him. And he, by chance, I came across a video on YouTube where he talks about mornings. In the morning we elevate, but the morning is the most important part of the day, which decides how you live your life. They say it's the blueprint of your life. Are you lying in bed and just pulling the blanket over? Is there a bell who's ringing, your telephone, whatever? You scramble for your telephone, you look at your emails, you answer messages. Are you a proactive person or are you a leader? And if you are leading, then you wake up and you are still. You look at your inner space and you will sit down and start to be quiet. Stillness. Many people call it meditation, where there are no thoughts going on, but you're just present. And then you might want to get up and write an affirmation, or you might want to speak an affirmation. He has a couple of very good ideas, and I'm not sharing them all now with you. Besides, you can, and I recommend it, look at YouTube. I will keep that for later because I want to let you go with the ideas for tomorrow morning and not take it away from now. Because now we are opening the stage for all the role players. And I would like to say something as well to all the role players for the last year, because we have finished a year in Toastmaster. I think elevating, educating, and enriching. Where was the grammarian? 3, it's an alliteration, Mrs. Grammarian. Elevating, enriching, and what was my last one? Educating. This is what we do at Toastmaster. And you guys, you rock. Because each time we're leaving this room, you have given so much, you have shared so honestly, you have been so inspiring, you have elevated all of us. And this is what we're doing tonight. We're having a night of elevation. And in order for me to help everybody to be elevated, I have a team at hand. And my team are members, and I would like to ask, and now I need no, I can say that. I need the first one, the timer, exactly here I am. So I would like to introduce to you the timekeeper, which is Tanisha Moodley, and asking her to explain her role. Tanisha, please come forward. Thank you.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I will be the timekeeper for today, and it is my job to time all the speeches and the evaluations, as well as the table topics. So I see we have one icebreaker today, so I will raise the green card at 4 minutes. At 5 minutes, I will raise the yellow card, and at 6 minutes, I will raise the red card, indicating the time for the icebreaker. Then for the speeches, I will raise the green card at 5 minutes, the yellow card at 6 minutes, and the red card at 7 minutes. For the evaluations, I will raise the green card at 2 minutes, the yellow card at 2 minutes, 30 seconds, and the red card at 3 minutes. And finally, for table topics, I will raise the green card at 1 minute, the yellow card at 2 minutes, and the red card at 3 minutes. If you don't see a card, you might see a light, so just keep an eye out for that as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And a very important role is taken over by our president, Justine, the and counter. Please, Justine, come forward. We said we can hug as well. Yeah. He said we don't make it so formal, and here we are.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. My role as the counter, I start listening out for any ums, so's, you knows, and words that you repeat. Like, like is a word too, by the way. Yes. It's on here. Yep. But what's the beauty about being the counter is I don't really have to count for myself. But if you do any repeats, you know, that seems to come up sometimes. So instead of, my encouragement to you is, instead of using one of those words, is to stop and to pause instead of using one of your crutch words. And at the end, I will give feedback, but my feedback will just be asking you what you think your crutch word is, and then I'll tell you what your crutch word is.
Mm-hmm.
So
Thank you.
Be a little bit mindful about it.
Okay, lovely.
Thank you.
And the next one is online. It's Rochelle. Good evening, Rochelle. She's our grammarian. And grammarian, will you be so kind, Mrs. Grammarian, and explain your role?
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take notes of any improper language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. In keeping with our theme, Elevate, the word of the day is lift off. Lift off is a noun, originally used in space exploration, meaning the moment a rocket leaves the ground and launches into the sky. But today, I'd like us to think of it as the moment something begins, with energy, purpose, and momentum. Every speech, every role, every brave first step onto the stage or in front of everyone is kind of like a liftoff. It's the moment you rise above fear, above self-doubt, and sometimes even above your comfort zone. So I invite you to use the word liftoff today, whether it's about your Toastmasters journey, a new idea, or your goals beyond this meeting. I will give the grammarians report when called upon during the meeting and also reports on the usage of the word of the day. So let's make the meeting a true liftoff for growth, connection, and inspiration. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, liftoff. Thank you.
The next one or the next ones in the team are very important because these are our evaluators who are not only evaluating a speech, they're inspiring and elevating us, and hopefully with their evaluation they will lift off the speaker to new heights, or the speaker will lift off to new heights, but they evaluate the speech and not the person. So saying so, I would like to introduce with an icebreaker our first speaker, who is Alex Platt, but he's being evaluated by Christina Thomas. She will tell us about the objectives of Alex's speech. Please welcome Christina.
Hello everyone. Hello Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, guests, and everyone in the room, of course. I'm very honored to be doing my first evaluation and actually have the honor to evaluate Alex. And I spoke to him earlier before when we met. I said, well, I just want to quickly know what is the title? So, and boy from the Bora. I don't know what Bora means, and I asked him, is that a word I'm missing? Because maybe I'm not an English speaker as a native. And he said, no, I will explain that later in my speech. So I still don't know what it is. And I'm very, very curious to hear about your title and, of course, about your speech. And as I did my icebreaker last meeting, I kind of know what to look out for, and I'm really looking forward to listening to your speech, and I think it's going to be an exciting one. When I had to tell him what I like about him, because he was the person sitting to my right, I said, actually, I like about you that you seem to be so confident and so relaxed about doing an icebreaker tonight, which he really is. And so I would like to introduce Alex Platt. He's doing his first speech ever as an icebreaker. And it's Presentation Mastery Level 1. So welcome, Alex.
Thank you. Alex, Alex, all the best. And let me tell our group here something. When we have done an icebreaker, we raise and applaud. Always only by an icebreaker or at the Oscars. So all the best. Yeah, all the best.
Standing ovation.
Thanks, Madam Toastmaster. Good evening, Toastmasters and fellow guests. I'm very excited to be sharing my icebreaker with you this evening, and I think if there's anyone who would know what the borough means, it might be Libby sitting at home. On the 17th December 1993, Alexander Mackenzie Platt was born in the capital city of KZN, Pietermaritzburg, known as the Borough due to some of the locals pronouncing it Pietermaritzburg. In latter years, the Platt household would become famous for hosting borough braais after school sports events for families and friends. I joined the family as the youngest, 18 months behind my older brother, Nicholas Edward Platt. 18 months separated us, but only 1 year separating us at school. This made for a great platform to grow up and foster some healthy and competitive at times competition. Aggressive at times competition. I've always looked up to my brother. He's 6'7", so I've literally always looked up to him. But lucky enough, I can say I look up to him in most aspects of life, as he's the role model most brothers need. We grew up at 16 Tibashina Terrace, a house built by my parents on the edge of a forest, which allowed for a massive garden. Our garden was complemented with a tennis court in the cul-de-sac and a cricket net built by some of the local neighbours. The Tibashina Terrace cul-de-sac fostered great entertainment and a lot of competition. It allowed us to form some good friendships and learn to deal with adversity, although not always done graciously at the time. We had neighbours of varying age, but there was no handicap system when entering the sporting arena. I was on the lower end of the age spectrum, so I often found myself having to work that much harder in order to not be left out. I followed in my brother's footsteps all the way up to university. This included the same junior school, high school, and gap year program, which was going to Stooge at a school in the UK. Gap year was my first taste of freedom and proper independence. Having been brought up in a smallish city and having gone to an all-boys boarding school, a year in the UK with 12 school friends and hundreds of like-minded Saffers, Aussies, and Kiwis was a great opportunity to get some worldly life and travel experience. Gap year was filled with life lessons, lots of parties, great opportunities to see new places and meet new people. It was also the place where I met my current girlfriend, who took 10 years to realize I might be worth dating. In comes university. I was accepted into Stellenbosch University to do a BCom Management Science. I was in a traditional res, which had far too many rules for my liking. But lucky for me, I had some old friends with me, plus some familiar faces, plus a lot of people that were all there on the same page. Stellenbosch was where I forged a lot of the close friendships I have today, one of them sitting at the back there. Having received a postgraduate diploma from Red and Yellow after Stellenbosch, I decided to head out into the world for one last adventure before seeking a job. This took me to Aspen, Colorado, where I was heading to go live and work in the ski town. With about 100 South Africans littering the small population of Aspen, we had a haven of opportunity working in restaurants, bars, ski shops, and any odd job you could find that could build the bank account a little bit. You would often find 10 people residing in a 2-bedroom apartment. But in my case, it was 5 people in a studio. One evening, we had some friends come over to our luxurious abode. We folded up the Murphy bed and we tucked away the sleeper couch, and we made it look as presentable as possible. A friend walked in and looked around and said, "Oh, guys, this is quite nice," while he was walking back to the kitchen looking for the bedroom door. He opened the door and found a broom cupboard. He turned around and said, "Oh, this is it." My intended 3 months turned into 10 months. I fell in love with Aspen, skiing, the mountains, playing rugby for the Aspen Gents, and life in general. My journey brought me back to South Africa, where I sought out a job in the big smoke. I was fortunate to land a job upon my first interview at a tech startup where my friend was working. 2 years came and went, and I wanted something of my own. I joined my brother and a friend in founding a startup which was giving employees access to their wages and other financial tools in order to combat payday loans and loan sharks. After a year and a half of grinding against our third co-founder, my brother and I parted ways with the startup and joined the family business, which was started by my father in 1994, which my mother joined in 2010. 4 family members, all working under one company umbrella. The best move we've ever made. We had liftoff. Nick and I were welcomed into the business with very little guidance, and we were offered the succession plan for the business. I couldn't be more grateful with my current work and life situation. I get to work with a family in a business that promotes regenerative agriculture and works with small-scale farmers who are in desperate need of assistance. I'm fortunate to say I have a life filled with happy relationships, work that inspires me, and a healthy body to explore and enjoy what Cape Town and the world has to offer, which I try to remind myself as often as possible in order to not take for granted. Thank you.
immediately like to say what your mantra is. Today is a glorious day, and I live it at excellence, with boundless enthusiasm and limitless integrity, true to my vision and with a heart full of love. That is you, Alex.
Thank you.
Well done. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good. And now I would like to ask our second evaluator, Sally Burton, to come forward and explain the points about the next speech of Anthony. Welcome.
I get the pleasure of evaluating Anthony Austin, whose speech title tonight is The Flight with Purpose. Maybe some liftoff in there, who knows? And he is on level 1. This is his second speech, and he is on the pathway writing a speech with purpose. And I look forward to hearing your speech. And I had a quick word with him. And for those of you who haven't met Anthony before, he's due to get married and joined Toastmasters to be the best speech maker at his wedding. And I look forward to hearing your speech this evening.
Thanks, Sally. Our second speaker, Anthony. We normally have to. Good luck, Anthony. Anthony Austin, The Flight to Purpose.
Yeah.
The Flight to Purpose.
Flight to Purpose, yeah.
Anthony Austin.
Thank you. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Imagine flying from the Arctic to Antarctica and then back again every single year. No airport lounges, no flat whites at check-in, and definitely no in-flight meals. Just wings, instinct, a mission, and liftoff. That's the life of the Arctic tern.
Yeah.
A bird that weighs about the same as a bar of soap, yet completes the longest migration of any creature on Earth. Over 70,000 kilometers a year, every single year. That's more than 2.5 million kilometers in its average of 30 years of life. Enough to fly to the moon and back 3 times. And here I am complaining about finding parking at Clifton Fourth on a toasty summer's day. What fascinates me most isn't just the distance, it's the purpose. The Arctic tern doesn't migrate for fun. It migrates to survive, to breed, and to thrive. It doesn't fly aimlessly, it follows wind patterns, reads ocean currents, and somehow, despite crazy storms and exhaustion, it always finds its way. It's a master of elevation, literally using the jet stream to conserve energy and glide for hours, and figuratively because it embodies what it means to live with purpose. In many ways, we're not so different. We may not migrate across hemispheres, but we're all on our own journey, across careers, relationships, challenges, and change. And just like the Arctic tern, the difference between flying in circles and flying with meaning often comes down to one thing: purpose. It is the purpose that gives direction when everything feels uncertain. What pushes us through the headwinds when we're tired, overwhelmed, or stuck. I remember that feeling feeling vividly when our first day in Eco Cabin burnt down just 2 days after we launched our little business. Instagram went live on Friday, the website on Saturday, and by Sunday I was rushing to Robertson with the cabin going up in flames. I jumped in the car, and after many speeding fines along the way, I arrived at a charred skeleton of something we had poured so much into. But purpose kept us moving forward. A bigger vision of creating spaces that matter and can be enjoyed by people and nature. It was at this point that we felt liftoff again. Now I'll admit, there are days that I feel more like a confused pigeon than a streamlined migrator. Days where I question where I'm headed or why I'm even doing what I'm doing. And I'm guessing I'm not the only one. But here's a lesson from the Arctic tern. It doesn't fly the full 70 kilometers in one go. It takes it one flap at a time. Trusts the wind, adjusts course when needed, and keeps moving forward. even when the end is nowhere in sight. That's purpose. It doesn't always come with clarity, but it always asks you to keep going. So tonight, under the theme of elevate, I'd like to leave you with this. When things feel heavy, remember the Arctic Tern. Small, light, and determined. Doesn't fly to impress, flies because it must. Thanks so much.
You left us with a lot to learn, to think. Very interesting. Thank you so much, Ant. And I would like now to introduce the third evaluator, and it will be Michaela, who is evaluating Eugene. Michaela, may I invite you to come forward.
I have the pleasure of evaluating Eugene. This is my second time evaluating his speech that is called Hands in the Clay. The idea of this speech is to basically take everything that I said last time and throw it all into the same speech and improve it to make the concept sound clearer, more cohesive, but also the presentation to be more digestible for people who don't understand the industry. Eugene, again, I'm so interested in this. So again, I'm so excited to evaluate your speech, and I'm sure you're going to be great. This is kind of a test out for him to test the waters because he'll be doing a workshop on this tool. So Eugene, please come ahead. Well, that doesn't make any sense, but come step forward. Hands in the clay, speech number 2 for persuasive influence, level 2 for active listening.
Eugene, hands in the clay, Eugene Assen. Good luck.
Thank you. Good evening. Thank you, Michaela, for the introduction. Good evening, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So, I gave a speech last time about clay and gave a bit of an update on what's going on with the clay championships and then how things were moving in that regard. And happy to report I went on to the world stage and ended up in the top 28. And it's not a full circle moment because I don't think I would have gotten to do a lot of the stuff I've been doing lately if it wasn't for Toastmasters and then honing my public speaking skills. So I'm really happy that I took this step to join this club, and it's really paying off. Also, after placing in the top 28, got headhunted, got a new job, which is super cool, but also comes with more public speaking. And have been tapped to basically do workshops and basically become the clay evangelist and tell more people about this tool and what it's capable of. And yeah, workshops all over the country online as well, and also to some international businesses. So what I'm looking forward to do in the speech is to showcase the capabilities of clay and then make it as digestible for an audience as possible. So here I go. So I just see.
Oh yeah.
This one.
Do you want to just share your screen?
Oh yeah. That's
Make sure that you allow.
okay. So here we go. I'm going to first start by talking about. Sorry. Very good. Nice lesson to learn in these workshops.
Yeah,
Set up ahead of time.
You need a Zoom.
Yeah. Okay. So the topic that is on top of everyone's mind lately, AI. It's everywhere. We don't know where it's headed. It's getting scary by the moment. And everyone thinks it's evolution. It's just a natural state of things going on. But what it actually is a revolution. It is something that is moving really fast. It is unforgiving, and it is going to leave a lot of people behind, and a lot of businesses that do not that don't move with the times and adapt quickly. So a lot of talk about how AI will replace jobs, but not enough talk about how it is going to disrupt lots of industries, and then lots of businesses will not survive what is going on. So in order to stay ahead and then keep be able to adapt, a company is supposed to be focused in this point of time on staying nimble, and then staying nimble basically being quick to move and adapt to what's going on. And especially with how fast things are moving, I think it is essential to have the right vehicle to stay ahead of these things and stay nimble. And then one of the core parts of a business, and one of the core bits that a company should consider adopting AI with is your sales and your marketing, because that is where you get new customers from, and that is how you retain customers and convert them. So the perfect vehicle to stay nimble is Clay. It's a tool that is not well known at this moment, but in the next year or so, it's going to be the tool for businesses that are trying to adapt AI. And for some people, I've probably heard it if you're in sales or if you're in marketing, I've probably heard whispers of it. So I'm keen to showcase what it can do. First of all, just walk you through the core bits and what some of the results that have been seen in this industry so far, where with Clay, it eliminates 80% of sales and business development tasks, automated completely. And companies have so far seen about 10 times in acceleration in pipeline generation. That simply means they are getting able to speak to more leads, able to get more clients on at 10 times the rate they used to without this tool. And what this tool does, it gives you access to 150 premium data sources and AI tools. So in here, anything you can imagine regarding data, and then how you can target people specifically. I made a joke last time about how you talk about a dog, or you talk about a dog, or you have a dog, and then next thing you know, you're being served an ad about dog beds. This is where that comes from, is all of these companies have your data. But then with Clay, you can bring that in-house and own the data of your own customers, not in the creepy way like I just talked about, but then basically, how are you leveraging the data that you have on your customers to talk to them at the right place at the right time, and yeah, stay ahead and then get more leads in. So what Clay basically does in a nutshell is it is a tool where you can basically source data, and you can bring data in from anywhere. So from Excel, from anywhere on the internet, basically, from LinkedIn, from your own CRM. If you have a little shop and you have a ledger with your list of sales for the month or something like that, even that you can take a picture of and then get it into Clay. And then from there, there's a whole lot of enrichment that can happen. So you can enrichment it depends on what the use case is, right? So what do you want to know about this data? Do you have a list of people that you need to find the email addresses for, the mobile numbers? You want to know where they went to school. You want to know if they have what their company registration number is. Anything that is essential for you in your business, and that will help you adapt fast or reach your ideal customers in a very targeted way. Clay is really the tool for you to do with that. And then Another bit of it is processing. So processing data is scoring your leads. It is seeing who isn't relevant to reach out to and taking them out of the list. It is there's so many things you can do with it. Just think of if you have a list of your customers, or even if it's like if you're a recruiter, for example, and then there are jobs out there, and then you want jobs in a specific industry. This, in a matter of minutes, will pull that for you. You can scan 20,000, 30,000 jobs and then narrow down to what fits your exact needs. And then the last bit of it is integrate. So Clay can push data into anywhere. Imagine if every time, to go back to the recruitment case, the recruitment use case, imagine if every time there is a job posted within your niche, you are able to right then get a WhatsApp alert or a Slack alert that this company has posted a job in your niche, and then you can make contact when necessary. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you. A Clay talk is never complete without a demo. So I'm gonna just do a quick run through of what Clay looks like. So like I explained last time, it's like think of it as a magical Excel sheet with 150 tools, 150 data sources, and then AI capabilities. So in this table, what I've done is I've basically pulled every job in a specific industry. I think anyone who's recruiting in the AI space for a VP, a director, or a manager, I've put all of those jobs, and then if you see here, I am going through with AI and qualifying each job. So for example, this is a good qualifier that I can demonstrate to you. Obviously, if you're a recruiter, you don't want to be reaching out to other recruiters. So what this AI column is doing is it is asking, it is basically saying, analyze the job post, analyze the company that has posted a job, and tell me if it's a recruiter or if it is not a recruiter, if it's a hiring company, and then I can reach out to them. So that is one bit of it. From there, I can go find the hiring managers of each of these jobs that have been posted. Here I found 10 people in this company that I can reach out to. Now I can move on to my second table here, where I'm finding the hiring managers. Not working, but then basically in the second table, found the hiring managers, found the email addresses, and I use AI to read the job description and said, hey, I see you're hiring an AI engineer who can do XYZ. Maybe let's have a chat. So what is happening is you have 1,100 jobs, almost 1,200 jobs, scanned all of them, found the people that are hiring in these companies, and then sent them each a personalized email as if you have done that and read. So it's basically doing recruitment at scale, and which is really, really great, something that you couldn't do 4 months ago. Reaching out to about 1,000 people, all with one message. So all with unique messages. So that is Clay, and how it is revolutionizing sales and recruitment and any industry that you can think of. So I think it's really important to adapt this tool if you are a business in order to stay up to date with what is going on. What we call this in the space, we call it GTM Alpha, is the advantage you gain when you act on data that your competitors haven't even seen yet. So it's important to utilize Clay, get your GTM Alpha, and then stay nimble. And then how can you do this if you're listening to me and then want to probably implement this in your business and see how it can take your business to the next level and then leave your competitors in the dust and be the one that comes out on top after everything that goes on with AI goes on. First of all, you can start by implementing Clay in your business. The plans start from $120 per month. And another thing you can do is hire a GTM engineer. So this is a role that has come up in the last 6 months. is, you know that saying, you won't be replaced by AI, but you will be replaced by someone who is using AI. This is those guys. They have learned all of this. Most of them come from sales, marketing, revenue operations, software engineering. But what they've done is they now can basically do a lot of the sales jobs, account research, lead research, data manipulation, all of that. They can all do that within Clay. So it is an essential role if you have a business. And want to stay nimble. You can also join your local Clay club. I happen to run the Clay Cape Town club. We meet once a quarter, and then we also have like little workshops once in a while as well. And then, this is such an important space to meet a lot of people that are doing really cool things with AI, and then also with Clay as well. So if it's something you're interested in, just let me know. And yeah, thank you very much for listening.
Eugene, he's truly lifting off. I mean, this man is the man of the future, and I want you to forget about us.
I won't.
Okay, good. Our last speaker of the evening will be Alex Genzer. Alex will be introduced by Libby. And Libby, we love you. You are so far away and you are so committed to be with us all the time. Libby lives in Midlands, KwaZulu-Natal. She is an experienced evaluator, speaker, and uplifter in her community. So please welcome Libby to give you the objectives of Alex's talk.
Thank you, Gabrielle, and good evening, everybody. It's wonderful to be here. It's my absolute privilege and pleasure to be evaluating Alex tonight. Alex is on level 2 presentation mastery, and his speech tonight is on sharing insights about a time when he was a protege and the impact mentorship has had on him. I messaged him rather late this evening, but asked him if there was anything that he particularly wanted me to focus on. And he says he's always interested in how his body language comes across to the audience and his eye contact. I'm really excited to be listening to your speech this evening, Alex, and wish you all the best. The title of Alex's speech is Dreamer or Achiever. I think we're about to experience a liftoff. Good luck, Alex.
Definitely lifting off. I introduce Alex. Alex Genzer with his title, Dreamer or Achiever. Dreamer or Achiever, Alex Genzer.
There we are, 20 boys in the gym of my primary school, all standing in line, sorted according to height. I'm by far the tallest, so I stand all the way at the beginning. Today we will do gymnastics. Being way too tall for my age, unable to control these long arms and legs, doing gymnastic is the start of a nightmare that usually ends with me hanging helplessly on one of these gymnastic equipments, remind me more of a medieval torture instrument, and then eventually falling on the floor, returning to my place in line under the laughter of the other kids. Good evening, Madam Toastmaster. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Me, this awkward and introvert kid, was not really keen on exploring the world and meeting other people, and sports was definitely not on my favorite list of things to do. I loved playing computer and I loved reading books. Robin Hood and Winnetou were my heroes, and my books and my computer, where I felt safe and confident. Then I met Adi. Must have been probably about 12 years old. My dad just founded a cycling club with the idea that 20, 30 like-minded cyclists would spend their vacation cycling around the nicest places in Europe. Adi had just retired. He loved cycling and he loved traveling, so he joined the club. His wife didn't join him because she just wasn't interested in either cycling or traveling. Most hotels only had double rooms. And as I was the only other single male traveler, we ended up in the same room. Probably 50 years of age difference, but the start of a friendship. And what I would call now, Adi became my first mentor. He told me a lot about life. First of all, that cycling and life have a lot of things in common. We have to work very hard to go up on top. In contrary, going down comes quick and easy. He also taught me to ask a lot of questions and always look beyond the obvious. And he really lived up to that, telling always that he met his wife in a sauna. He would say, never trust the packaging. But what he really told me, what stood out for me, was that he kept on telling me the difference between a dreamer and an achiever is action. The difference between a dreamer and an achiever is action. Not intelligence, not skill, not talent, action. Go out, do it, try it, experience it. So he encouraged me to go out of my comfort zone, try new things, and surprisingly, I succeeded in some of them, failed, tried again, and eventually succeeded. This discipline taught me resilience, and I gained more and more self-confidence. Looking back now, I'm really grateful for his advice. He encouraged me to go out of my comfort zone, which only happens when you not only dreaming, thinking or speaking about something, but actually doing it. I'm really proud on what I've achieved in my life so far. My family, my beautiful wife, all the places that I've visited, my professional career, and my sportive successes, which some of people that have seen me back in my primary school's gym would probably never believe. But I'm also very well aware that I couldn't have achieved that alone. My parents, coaches, and mentors like Adi were instrumental in that journey. And my journey within Toastmasters starts the same way. You take action, you join your first meeting, you hold your first speech, but luckily you don't have to do that alone. You have a mentor by your side. Big thank you to Gabriele. That it gives you advice and feedback and helps you to improve from your humble beginnings to eventually becoming a better public speaker. Thank you.
Yeah, it is wonderful to see you. You are such an experienced, knowledgeable man, and to have you in the club where you admitted you need to learn to speak publicly and be more. You have spoken at university, I know you have been teaching, but there's something which you wanted to gain, and you're gaining it, and you gained it. And I'm really proud and very grateful to be connected with you. Thank you, Alex. And that concludes our speeches. I would like now to call upon our timekeeper to give us the time for the speeches. Please welcome again, Tilisha.
Shake hand, shake. Thanks, Gabrielle. Awesome speeches, everyone. Very well done. So for the times, Alex P is 5 minutes 57 seconds. Anthony 3 minutes 42 seconds. Eugene, I didn't know when to stop timing or start timing, but altogether it was 13 minutes 49. And Alex, it was 5 minutes and 55 seconds. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you. Thank you, Tanisha. And now we come to a wonderful moment, and that is voting for the best speaker.
Can you just fuff a little bit?
I can fuff a little bit, okay. I see in all the speeches you're giving that you are people who definitely elevate in the morning with purpose. You know where to set your foot in your life, professionally and with yourself. I see in all of you a lot of discipline, otherwise you wouldn't be there. And I feel as well that there has been some suffering. And especially, Anthony, with your wonderful cottages you have there, please, you have later perhaps, or give us the name again under which we look in the internet.
Stay unique.
Stay unique.
Yeah.
Stay unique. If you have a look on the internet, how these cottages look, how they are interior done, in which positions they are, I think it's something for honeymooner, for couples who really love nature and be in love with each other. Maybe I would feel a little bit lonely with my husband there, but it's 50 years of marriage, so it might be, or otherwise a good idea perhaps to go there. But they are beautiful, and you have really done an amazing job. And I see that with all of you, young people. We are very honored that you're here in this club because you contribute something to our knowledge. You really elevate us, you educate us. Eugene, I mean, this is mind-boggling. And I think that's not for the old generation here. I mean, it's really a tool where people, you say it's a revolution. And if you're not already on that path to understand how all of this works, I think then you're lost. But you are treading on a new ground, and it's absolutely amazing. And we are so honored to have you here, and knowing perhaps one of the first ones or in the second row to know already what's going to happen. So now we come to our voting.
Just explain the icebreaker.
Yeah, I will. We have been so gifted with all of you giving icebreakers, which always, or not always, with many times, have then gotten the prize of best speaker. But it is not really in the idea of Toastmaster already to honor, I mean, we honor the icebreakers, but it's not really the idea of giving a prize already for an icebreaker. Because when you start your Toastmaster journey, your pathways, there are certain objectives you have to fulfill for your speech. And it's as well as we know, Alex, it is an introduction which has to be capturing. It is a body of speech with 3 points perhaps, which have to be connected with each other. It is wrapping the whole story in the final with the beginning again, and it has to have a message. And that is where you learn on the pathway. So we would like to honor the icebreakers for sure, but we have to honor our speakers. And I remember when I came to the club and Verity spoke, yeah, you know, I mean, what do you want to do? Or Lawrence, you know, they are so, they were giving public speeches all the time. So we need to honor our really striving speakers from all levels. And now we are going to evaluate the best speakers. And please forgive if there's not a prize for the icebreaker, but it is about the speakers. So please, would you take a picture of this and vote for the best speaker? done. Are they all in? Okay. So we come to the maybe long desired interval because we are going to serve lasagna.
Yeah.
And we have a 30-minute break. I just wanted to see it is, we are good in time. Shall we meet at 8 o'clock? It's half an hour. And in this interval, please be so kind and come to Justine, take a role. We meet the next time on the 5th of August. Take a role, tell her if you want to give a speech. And I think that is always uplifting, or we lift off, if we go now and have something nice to eat and we can communicate with each other. I thank you very much to this point of the evening, and I would like now to invite all of you to come and join us for dinner. And on the Justine, on the online, do we leave them?
They'll be in the breakout room.
They're in the breakout room. Okay, Justine's creating a breakout room. And who's there in the breakout room? They entertain themselves.
Yeah, Emilia and Lily, and Rochelle.
Okay, so Libby, if you're in the breakout room and you are the backbone for our online meetings, would you be so kind and be there, and maybe there are questions or just connecting with each other? I would be very grateful. Thank you very much, and all the best for the next half hour. Yeah.
We are back in our meeting officially, and welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the meal. I hope you enjoyed the company even better, and I hope if you're a guest you'll be back to join us. And this is going to be our second half of the meeting. We'll continue now, and I would like to ask, go ahead with Toastmaster, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gabrielle's just stepped up one second.
I just look at the people.
I'm gonna hand over to our wonderful Gabrielle to take you through the rest of the evening. Thank you.
Thank you. The lasagna was delicious. I must say, I was looking the whole day forward to it. Having had no lunch, so that was it. I hope it satisfied not only, I hope you're satisfied on all levels. So now we want to satisfy something else. And that is our curiosity of impromptu speaking. This part of the evening, I think for many of us are feared, dreaded, but on the other hand, it's a wonderful challenge. Just to let go. Speak for 3 minutes. I think it is up to 3 minutes. And it is too. Okay, your timekeeper would let us know. And I would like now to introduce to you our esteemed, long-standing, very knowledgeable and interesting, always was full of wisdom, member, Claire van Zyl, please. Welcome, Claire.
Thank you very much.
Good luck, and we are very excited to see what happens now.
So for our guests, Toastmasters gives us an opportunity to learn to speak without preparation. Speak extemporaneously, if I think it's the correct word. And that's without preparation, because you never know when you end up in an elevator with somebody or at a party, and you might be speaking to your ideal client, to somebody that you'd love to work with. And if you haven't had the practice, you don't know what to say to them. So this gives us the opportunity to learn to speak off the cuff, without preparation, on a variety of topics. So tonight, our theme is Elevate. And life gives us opportunities to learn. Napoleon Hill's quote about every adversity, every heartache, every failure carries with it a seed of equal or greater benefit. And if you approach everything in life with that in mind, no matter how terrible that moment is, you go, there's a seed of equal equivalent benefit. Where is it? When you're looking for the benefit,
You're going to be a lot better off than if you're looking for how terrible it actually is. Because life is like a game. Many of you probably played some kind of computer game where you've had to have a mission and you have to acquire certain skills or tools in order to get to the next level. Well, life's exactly the same. So I've chosen some quotes that I felt were in line with this theme, and I'd like to invite members have already said that they would be interested in speaking, to tell me what the quote means to you. Can you relate it to an event or situation in your life? And that's really what it's about. So it's just a quote to kind of spark your curiosity and to help you think of something that's relevant to say. You have 1 to 2 minutes. So the timer will put up the green light or the card at 1 minute. Is it 1 minute, 1 minute 30 and 2 minutes? So 1 minute green, yellow at 1.5 and red at 2 minutes. The light's not working, Talisha.
Yeah, I will set it now.
Oh, is it busy? Oh, you're busy setting it. Right. So we had Rochelle, who is online. Just want to check if she's still willing. Then we also have Ntebeleng, but I think there was an issue with. So Rochelle, are you still able and interested to? Excellent. So we'll start with Rochelle because she was the first one on my list.
You can tell her that the toasted camera will be her time too.
Okay, so the toasted camera will be your timer. So the screen will actually go green, yellow, and red. So the quote that I'd like to give you is, the whole secret of a successful life is to find out what's in one's destiny to do, and then do it. And that was Henry Ford. So the whole secret of a successful life is to find out what is one's destiny to do, and then do it. And that was Henry Ford. So please give him a rousing applause to Rochelle.
Thank you so much. So I think what Henry Ford was trying to say is, we're all on this journey and we all have different journeys. And there's so much to learn along the way. I see it in my little daughter who's 4 now, and how much she's learned in such a short space in her life, and then where I am in my life and what I've learned over the past 37 years. And there's so much growth that comes with as you get older, and there's so much we learn about ourselves, mentally, emotionally, physically. And I think that we're all trying to get to a point, but we need to remember that there's this huge road that we're traveling on, and not to miss those little special moments that create eventually our destiny. That all of that is part of our destiny. And I think that the end goal is just to find out what makes you happy and what completes your life. And I think that's always these questions that we'll always ask ourselves, even on our deathbeds. But I think that we just have to focus on what makes us happy and what makes others happy, and just trying to make the world a better place. I feel like this is going into one of those Miss World interviews. But yes, I just think that we're also focused on getting to the end point, that we need to remember all the special moments and all the experiences that we go through along that road to get to our destiny. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Next, Amanda isn't here. Anthony, you still great, fabulous. You come up here, please. I think this one is suitable for you.
Yeah.
You build inner strength
through embracing the totality of your experience, both the delightful parts and the difficult parts. And that was a quote by Pima Chandran. If you could share that. So it is, you build inner strength through embracing the totality of your experience, both the delightful parts and the difficult parts.
Sure. I think, as Rochelle just said now, as you get older in life, I'm not somebody 32, you have experiences and, the road might not always go according to plan. And you kind of, in the time, you sort of think, life is coming to an end. How am I going to get over this next speed bump? And then you do get over it, and if you look back, and it sort of actually, wasn't too bad. I think us as humans, we expect things to go according to plan, and so you don't actually notice when things are going according to plan. And as soon as they don't go according to plan, you sort of get so upset about the fact that it's not going according to plan. And the kind of lesson to take out of that, which is something that I try and do, is to, I guess, practice gratitude and focus on the times where it's actually going well, and not be so fixated about when things go bad, because like nine times out of 10, especially in the working world, I've realized that things don't go according to plan, and you just got to adapt and tackle it head on. So I don't know if that's cool what he was saying. But
Fabulous. Thank you very much. Emilia, are you still interested in doing a table topic? Is Amelia there?
Yes, I am.
Oh, fabulous. So the most wasted of all days is one without laughter. E.E. Cummings. The most wasted of all days is one without laughter. What do you think about that?
The most and wasted day is one without laughter. Interesting. Looking at the way that we live, people say that if you laugh more, you have more years to live, which is quite an interesting evaluation of life, because in itself, without that interesting and laughter, you'd never get to understand and experience the best way into your life. So I definitely would say more days with laughter bring you the brighter and funnier and sunny side into your lives. And definitely, I would really appreciate more days with laughter, because they bring you energy, they bring you sunrise, they bring you motivation whenever you feel like you are so down. Looking at the best days of my life, I think I have had more days where I had laughter, and I really envision most of these days, not because I do have a lot of days in laughter, but it's because I get to appreciate the days that are very important to me, where I laugh more than the days that I'm in sadness and in sorrow. Hence, there is more days with laughter than more days with sorrow. Thank you.
Excellent, thank you. Now, into our room here. Michaela, would you like to do a table topic? Please come on up. Let's see, what should we give
As a person, I am just trying to be better than I was yesterday and to continue to elevate. Gabriella Wilson. As a person, I am just trying to be better than I was yesterday and continue to elevate. Gabriella Wilson.
There I was, walking in to the office, heart and chest, calm day. Why the heck was I feeling like this? My boss came and pulled me aside. Kelly, you seem a bit off. Are you okay? Literally could not breathe. 29, thought I was having a heart attack. Didn't know what I was doing. Everything was blurry. Couldn't breathe. My left arm was going numb. These are all the signs I read on Google. Lie down. It's okay. You can lie down on the office floor. That is really embarrassing, ma'am. Like, firstly, I never call my boss ma'am. But that's how confused I was. And there I was in the office, lying on the floor, thinking, how did I get here? I am so calm and patient, but stressed, but I don't feel it. Then I went to the doctor, found out my stress that I've been building up for months on end, adrenaline for a campaign I was so excited for, crash, bang, had me embarrassed on the floor, thinking I was having a heart attack. No, I was not. Relax, Michaela, you're such a drama queen. Instead, I was reminded to take a step back and look back on my life. Damn, I've actually done a heck load of stuff and I'm pretty proud. I'm not where I want to be. I'm not paying for everything that I thought I would be by now. But with incremental habits that I try and delve into my life every single day, I'm not doing big things every day. I'm doing the small things, whether it be learning to cook something when I'm hungover, which I did on Sunday, and I was so proud of myself because I felt terrible, but afterwards I felt amazing with a great meal. And incremental habits reminded me that stress, all that build-up, you can just get up the floor and realize life ain't that bad. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And then Roger, do you perhaps feel like doing a table topic?
I'm a bit worried. What is it?
I know you can do it. Would you like to?
Can you read one out?
Right. To succeed in life, you need 3 things: a wishbone, a backbone, and a funny bone. And that's Reba McIntyre. So to succeed in life, you need 3 things: a wishbone, a backbone, and a funny bone.
No, I can't do that one. Go on, crack in another one.
Okay, let's check here. Life has no limits except the ones you make. Les Brown. So life has no limits except the ones you make. How about that one?
Yeah, all right, okay.
Yeah, good. Yes, please. So that our online people can see you as well, you see? Otherwise, they can't see you. Come on, guys. And I haven't been shaking everybody's hands. I forgot that.
Just remind me again what it says. My brain's
So
dying.
life has no limitations except the ones you make. Les Brown.
Who's he?
Somebody on the internet? Speaker, I think.
Hello. Life has
no
limits except the ones you make. You know, I get to my age, in my 60s, well into my 60s now. I'll tell you a little story with the doctor. He found something and he wanted me to come in and see him. This was 4 years ago. And he sat me down and he said, well, you've got cancer. Now I know that if I had been a young man, I'd have been, what? Good God. And it would have taken over me. It would have consumed me. But at my age, I thought, I've had a brilliant life. Doesn't matter anymore. I said, oh, just like that, literally. Oh, really? I didn't let it take control of me. It didn't stop me from doing the things I want to do. And it's probably that that's kept me alive. I have this positive attitude. Like last month, me and Rosetta went, well, we had 2 weeks away. We had a week in Bangkok, and then from there we flew further on to to Shanghai, China. That's fantastic. So I didn't let it hold me back. That cancer wasn't going to limit my life. And it's been like that for the last three years ago. You know, I consider myself lucky because while I've had cancer, the saddest thing I ever saw in my life was in the chemotherapy room. When I saw a little, well, if you think about me, 2 years ago, I was bald on my head. A little baby, 6 months old, bald, born with cancer. That was the saddest thing it brought a tear to my eye. So I've been looking.
Yeah.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster.
Excellent. All about our attitude. And yeah, the theme tonight about elevating. You can either elevate yourself and move on with life, or you can let it drag you down. And there's, as I say, I think you said when it goes down quicker then you go up. But I now yield control back to the table, to the Toastmaster of the evening, Gabrielle.
Thank you, Claire. You always hold the space with dignity and knowledge. And thank you for having chosen very good quotes. I think I have to go home and think about some of that as well. They were deep. But you never know what will happen to yourself until you stand here on stage. We have seen the most hilarious moments, and we have experienced the deepest moments of our speakers. So now I would like to ask Talisha once more to give us the timer report for the table topics. Please welcome Talisha.
So I do apologize. I think at the beginning of the meeting, I read the times for the table topics incorrectly. So thanks, Claire, for correcting that, pointing that out. Rochelle, you were 1 minute 49. Anthony, you were 1 minute 42. Amelia, 1 minute 48. Michaela, 2 minutes 8 seconds. And Roger, 2 minutes 28. Thanks.
May I call now the first evaluator to give her evaluation for Alex, and I would like as well the victim speaker to come forward as well, so that both of you are here. You are addressed. Please welcome Christina and Alex.
Yeah, I thought that was the first speech. No, my evaluation of Alex and his speech called "The Boy from Peter Maritzburg." I pronounced that correct. Okay, cool. So I will never forget that it's Peter Maritzburg. So I know where this comes from now. Very nicely explained. Firstly, what you excelled at. I thought you were a very comfortable speaker. So you stood there, you were very relaxed. I mean, as I saw in the beginning already, when you walked into this room, didn't seem nervous at all, very comfortable. I thought your language was great, well understood. You spoke clearly so everyone could understand you nicely. And I found your speech well structured. There was a lot of information. I mean, you started from you as a little boy to now. So you had to put lots of content into that speech. And I feel like now after the speech, I really know you and the way you were brought up, the way you spent your life so far, much better. So thanks for giving us this insight into you and your life. I like the little anecdotes, like your 6'7" brother, that you looked up to him, not only spiritually and as a big brother, but also physically, really. The way you described the house and the garden you grew up in, that was great. It was very descriptive. That I could actually see the garden in front of me and the little games you played, and that I could feel with you and empathize with you as the little one, because I always was the little one in the family, and how that made you feel. I liked, of course, the story of your gap year, freedom and independence. Those words came up, which I really liked. And coming from an all-boys boarding school to then England and experience freedoms and independence. And I love the words travel, parties, and experiencing life. So that sounds like fun. Sorry. What you want to work on or what you could improve on. Bit more variety in your voice. So you can use your voice much better. More pauses to create tension and excitement for the ones who listen to you. A little louder. So I was sitting at the back. It could be a little bit louder so people can understand you a bit better. Then I was told that myself and with my first speech, use this space. There is like 2-3 square meters here where you can actually move around. People online can see you. And just with moving your body, you will use your variety in voice as well. So that's quite nice to move your body. It makes also it more interesting to watch you instead of just standing on one spot. So you can use the space and use your body a bit more. For example, when you talk about your brother, I mean, show us how tall he is. So like we can oh yeah, that is, I don't know what 6'7" is. I think it's tall, but I mean, how tall is it? So you don't need your notes. I mean, you're talking about you and life. Just talk to us like you would talk to a friend. And when you don't use your notes, like I use my notes now, you can have much more eye contact with the audience, and you can engage the audience much better. Instead of looking on a piece of paper like I do right now. So coming to the closure of your speech, which I really loved. I mean, firstly, it was well timed. It was just under 6 minutes. And the last sentence or the last paragraph that you said in your speech was that you're actually quite happy because you have happy relationships, you have work that inspires you, and you have good health. I mean, what more does anyone want? I mean, that's like amazing as a last words of your speech. I like that very much. And I'm very much looking forward to your next speech. And I want to hear more about your family business. I found that sounds very exciting and interesting. And I think that could be maybe even the topic of your next speech. Thank you very, very much and well done.
Thank you.
On those wonderful evaluations, because they elevate, they lift us up. And may I ask now our next evaluator, Sally, to take her victim, Anthony, to the next success. Welcome, Sally and Anthony.
A new experience sharing the stage with you. Anthony, the flight of purpose. What a great speech you gave us tonight. The areas I feel you excelled at were bringing your passion to us as the audience. If I had to guess your values, there would be adventure, nature, experience, creativity, and connection, just from your speech. I gathered that about you, and I hope I'm right. I loved your humor. and your relatability. You spoke about the airport lounge and the flat whites, and you spoke about parking on Clifton Fourth. It's all the first world problems, and we can all kind of relate to that. But you also spoke about and used as beautiful analogies of career challenges and the tenacity that we have to go through in life, and digging deep when things go wrong. And I especially resonated with your description of the pigeon. I thought it was really fun and good. And you educated us. An Arctic tern. I'm 50, never heard of one before. I loved it. I had to Google it in the break. And I thought the way you brought that through your whole story, every time I see it in a book, every time hopefully I see one in life one day, it'll bring you straight back to the story you told this evening. And I think where you really excelled at is your descriptive storytelling. And I love the charred description, the charred skeleton of your eco cabin, because I can imagine the immense loss that you went through, the immense disappointment, but just see that the charred skeleton was such a great description for what you saw. I loved the short, succinct things you said: just wings, instinct, and a mission, and small, light, and determined. I almost was kind of going on for a tagline for your eco cabins there. So I love loved your speech. You may want to work on, that's why we're here, is like everyone says, is to use a stage. It is a challenge here, I understand, because we are restricted by the space, and your hands more. I know you had your notes. We know to drop the notes, and you're quite capable of dropping the notes. You've really got it. You've got a very easy confidence about you, very calm. I would say you'd like to work on your pauses, as we lost some of your great descriptions. I lost in not having the pause. You gave us so much information, but there wasn't much repeated. Sometimes if you repeat something to us, we get it. And my challenge for you would be obviously to drop your notes, and in dropping your notes, you could replace it, especially as you're a new speaker, and we all be here to learn, is to replace it with props. So like when you're describing the size of the bird being a bar of soap, you could have brought the bar of soap with you. Just little props, not like hell of a props, but just to give you that something to hold on to. I'd also challenge you, even though it's not Dragon's Den, is to drop your business in more, because it was a passionate story, but I didn't get the name of your eco cabin until, I don't think you even put it in your speech.
No,
it wasn't about that, I know that, but it was it could have been a little bit dropped in there, just for me, just because I know it. I just thought it could be. I want to go and Google it now that I know its name. Now that I know it's called Stay Unique, I want to end my evaluation by saying you must stay unique, and my wish for you is all the success with your purpose, your tenacity. Stay light and determined, like an Arctic tern, is what it's called, and don't be a pigeon.
How lovely, those personal little incisions there. No, that's really, it is part of Toasted. Yeah? We are not so strict and formal. We are heart. We are the club with heart. Talking about heart, Emilia, I just wanted to say hello to you. Sorry, I forgot to welcome you, and it's so nice to see you, and I hope you will come in person very soon and give us another talk. You're on the list. You know what? There's something happening from Toastmasters International. They sent to us in the committee, maybe to everybody, but maybe just to the two of us, a list of people who have spoken for a while. And I find it quite frightening that they know over there what we're doing here. Yes. My name is quite on the top of the list, but we have an excuse, the two of us, or some of you. But can you imagine they got their computer system revolutionized because all of a sudden they know exactly what we're doing. And if we deliver not, then they think, so why are there a President's Distinguished Club? There's such a long list. So please, guys, just keep on going what you're doing, and we will remind those ones who are not doing as much that we need them to be esteemed. And we all love each other, and we esteem each other. We lift each other up, but it needs to do something more. to be a Toastmaster, for some. Okay, now I would like to ask Michaela, the esteemed Michaela, to talk about the revolutionary Eugene and give him his evaluation. Eugene, will you please come up as well?
Firstly, congratulations for getting a job. Trying to grapple and understand this must have been hard enough, and now you have to do a workshop to this, so I take my hat off to you. Well done. Firstly, your nerves, oh my goodness, you have calmed so much. I would have been a wreck if my laptop dropped and there's technical difficulties, and you were so calm and you're like, I've got this, I'm going to carry on and just keep on keeping on, and it's great to see your improvement, but I say it with every evaluation. Slides, way better, very well done. That was something that I gave you as a tidbit, especially coming from red and yellow. I think Diane Peter would be very impressed with you. And you are so good at pairing words together, so use that more. What I would suggest, instead of having it on the slides, perhaps have visuals, maybe icons, and then use those words in your speech. So I love how you kind of shifted away from the evolution and let's focus on revolution, because AI is a revolution. It is scary, but I find it so exciting, and I think we're on the crux of something massive here. But a lot of people, like I said last time, it's a bit daunting, and especially if you're not in the industry, it can be a bit of a moment. So make it relatable and make it why people need to think AI in more of a growth trajectory rather than the world is in doom and gloom. Like, for example, we could bring in a fact of Mark Zuckerberg. He's like poaching all the ChatGPT people. He's trying to pay billions into AI. So it makes people being like, why is AI so important? Bam, Clay. Then you show Clay. And then maybe, I don't know, get some music. Oh, the logo comes. As soon as I saw that logo, I was like, this is way cooler. And then I was like, oh my gosh, he's not going to show how to do it. And then you showed how to do it. So I'm glad that you kept that in. But definitely take us on a journey. Be a bit more prepared here. And you know it. So whatever you're holding, let go, relax. We're not going to fire you. I mean, I wish I could hire you. I don't have enough capital, but we could maybe start something together. But essentially, really well done. Just minimize it a bit more. I think you know it so well in your head that sometimes you're already explaining something when we're still trying to understand the first sentence. So just take it a step back and pretend like we literally know nothing, because that is the best way to build knowledge. You want everyone in the room to feel smarter afterwards. Just educate in a way that's more empowering than confusing. I mean, I love it. Very excited for you, like I keep saying. And my one thing is, I never realized this. When I went to another club, I started talking and I was rambling on for like 10 minutes before my speech like an absolute idiot. They were timing me the whole time and I got penalized. So the moment you're here and the moment you start speaking is the time it starts. So just remember that, because when you try to give context at the beginning, a lot of people weren't here perhaps to know. So start again, start off fresh. Clay. But otherwise, really well done. Very, very impressed with you. Well done again on your job. Thank you very
much. Michaela, maybe you must choose another profession. Huh?
Not singing.
Very good. Thank you so much to all of you evaluators for this insight. Delisha, we said goodbye to each other, but it's not over.
Libby, Gabrielle.
Libby, yes, sorry. Libby. Yes, it's your turn now to evaluate Alex. Alex, will you be so kind to come forward and stand in front of the camera so she can talk to you directly. Welcome, Libby, and welcome, Alex.
Alex, thank you for that fantastic speech. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Your introduction was attention grabbing. I just loved that whistle. You pulled us all in and gave us as an audience a reason to care about you. That whistle was an excellent prop. And you evoked emotion right from the beginning, our empathy, because who could not identify with that awkward, introverted orangutan who was hanging from the medieval torture mechanism. Alex, the body of your speech was clear and easy to follow. You spoke with clarity and you brought in humor, which was wonderful. As I've referenced, the medieval torture mechanism. You used your vocal variety, your tone, and your speech, and your audience awareness was excellent. As sorry, I think my own writing is so bad here as well as my voice. Your audience awareness was excellent. In your speech preparation, you constructed it in such a way that there was something for all of us, no matter our age and stage, that we could all relate to. We've all experienced failures and felt isolated at times. And I think that we all have a sporting experience that we particularly didn't like. What came through clearly was your comfort level, Alex, which I really want to applaud you for. You were so self-assured, you were at ease in telling us about your relationship with AD, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, and the analogy between life and learning how to cycle. Some of the things that I would like to suggest to you that you could maybe be interested in working on, although you brought us in and you had good use of your body, I think that this speech is a wonderful one that you could embroider on even more in terms of using lots more gesture. For example, you could have maybe described how you were as the awkward, isolated little boy reading his book, and maybe embroidered even more on what it felt like to use a whole lot of the equipment to bring in that humor. Don't be frightened to expand on your characters. You spoke about the age difference between you and your mentor. Maybe you could tell us a little bit more about him. What did he look like? How did you feel around him? So we can build up a nice visual of what this amazing man, who he was, and how he made you feel. To sum up, just to say that this speech was very inspirational and relatable. It was clearly delivered with good use of pace and pauses. I love to see how you were using your eyes, and you could do even more of that. And I think that one of the things that could enhance your speech in terms of tying up the beginning and the end and bringing us in as an audience as a call to action and reminding us that in order to achieve our goals, we don't need to do this on our own in life. Every one of us can have a mentor that can help us achieve what we are trying to achieve. I think you could end it with blowing your whistle and talking about, are we a dreamer or an achiever? Alex, thank you for this opportunity of being your evaluator tonight. All the best.
Thank you, Libby. Again, a much valued and valuable evaluation. Lovely to see you, and thank you for taking part. Talisha, now we come to the final farewell, and please give us a last time, the time for the evaluators. Please welcome Talisha.
Thanks, Gabrielle. This is why I take the timekeeper's role, because I don't think anyone else gets applauded this much. Anyway, so Christina, you are 4 minutes 26. Sally, 4 minutes 20. Michaela, 3 minutes 32. And Libby, 4 minutes 10. Thanks,
Thank you
Gabrielle.
very much. it was worth every step you went beyond the time. And we know, for me, 10 minutes for giving evaluation is nothing. Yeah? So I should be out there. I'm glad tonight I'm holding it quite well together. So now we come to Justine, the and air counter. Justine, will you please come forward? On my vote, the vote is a little bit later here. But
is it? I would just
a
like
vote, okay. Yeah, I got a new program here. After Talisha, that's right, vote for the best.
Sorry, I'm not.
Evaluators. You see, I smacked my shoulder too early. Good. Now we do the best evaluator and best table topics. If you please. Yeah. You always want to give everybody a prize. I suppose you've done it all. I just need in between to tell you something about Justine. Because she holds so many balls, she juggles so many balls. It's incredible. And then she even runs for an ice bucket. And when you say, can I help you? Then she says, no, thank you, I got it under control. So I honestly must say, this is beyond. And it's quite frightening if the next president has to fill those shoes. They are very big.
That's why nobody wants to be it.
Yeah, exactly. But the strange thing is nobody wants to be VPM either.
Because yours are hard to fulfill.
No, yeah, but I think mine is easier. Okay, we can talk about this another time. So now, the and R counter. Please welcome Justine.
Gabrielle, what do you think your crutch word is?
My crutch was. Oi, oi, oi.
Well, so like, but.
Repeats. But?
No, you didn't do but once.
Okay.
It was
okay.
But you did very well. You were the Toastmaster.
Yeah.
And you did very well.
I'm pleased because I had other times with 30. So I don't know how many you counted, but
I counted 9.
Thank you. Good. Well done.
Talisha, what do you think is your crutch word? Yours is Rochelle, what do you think your crutch word is? Actually, I only heard one crutch word of yours. What do you think it is?
Mike?
Your crutch word. What is your filler word that you use? So, you know, like, well.
As well?
Not it's so.
Or like.
So.
So, yeah. But only 2 times. So well done. Only 2 times.
Yay.
Christina, what do you think your crutch word is?
So.
No. It's up there, but Christina, yours is Alex Platt, I heard only one crutch word in your whole speech. No, it was even not even a very big one. It was just you used but, where you could have ignored the but. So well done. If there was a prize, it would be for you. Sally, what do you think your crutch word is?
Everyone's looking at me. Please get me off the stage.
What was your first word? Yours is And what do you think your crutch word is?
Just have no idea.
But so. Is your crutch word? Michaela, what do you think your crutch word is?
I think I repeat myself a lot.
No.
Like?
If you did, I didn't notice.
Like?
No. So.
So.
So. Eugene, what do you think your crutch word is? Is your crutch word. Libby, what do you think your crutch word is, Libby? Not many. Is your crutch word. Alex Genza, the two Alexes get prizes tonight for the R counter. Alex, I only heard one crutch word. What do you think it was? No, it was R. Claire, what do you think your crutch word is?
So.
But only four. There were four. Only four. Why do I have Rochelle twice? Oh, sorry, Rochelle. I've got you twice. Actually, you've got another crutch word. Sorry. But it's because it was a table topic, so then it's slightly different. Amelia, what do you think your crutch word is? Sorry, I'm taking up a lot of time.
No, it's fine.
Not it was R. And then Roger, you also can get a prize with the two Alexes because I only heard two crutch words in the whole time that you spoke. And one was R and one was so. So congratulations to Alex, Roger and Alex for
Thank you, Christine. One is nervous. How to get that it's a part of life. How to get that out. When at school she had a little stick. Huh?
Yes.
You learn quick, but that's not how we do it. So, I don't know. If you come up with a prize, maybe a very big prize, then you might forget about the and take the prize and run away. Good. The last one on my list is Rochelle, our grammarian. Rochelle, welcome, and please give us your reports.
Thank you so much, Gabrielle. So everyone did really well tonight. Well done on all the speeches. Every time we have a meeting and we listen to all these speeches, it's so motivational and so inspirational. So thank you for everyone for being so open and just delivering really great speeches. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people use lift off. Gabrielle, you said it about 3 or 4 times. Well done. Alex said it. Sorry, the first Alex. Sorry, Alex Pratt. I think his name is. Sally, Anthony said it twice. Well done. And Libby, you also said it. Well done. If I missed any of the others, please excuse me. I have quite a few notes, so I'm just going to run through it on everyone's quotes or thoughts, words or sayings that I liked. So Alex, in your icebreaker, well done. I like the too many rules for my liking at an all-boys school. I'm sure they have loads of rules. Healthy body, because I think a lot of the time we take our bodies for granted, being so healthy. The huge move from Peter Merritt's Borough. I've also learned something today. And moved to Aspen, which is ginormous. That's a huge courage to do something like that, a big move. Gabrielle, there were so many quotes and amazing things you said tonight. I actually can't remember all of them, but one of the things that did stand out was your mornings are the blueprints of your life, being either proactive or leading, and to wake up in the mornings and being quiet and present, which I think a lot of us don't do. We just go to our phones immediately and start stressing about the day. So I think that's very important. Anthony, we're all on our own journeys, one flap at a time, which I think is very awesome. Small, light, and determined. Eugene, well done for making 28th on the world stage. That shows incredible determination. AI, quick to move and quick to adapt. We all got to stay on this AI roller coaster that we're all on. I like the throwing in of the not in a creepy way. Gave your speech some humor, which is really cool. And Clay seems to be absolutely amazing and definitely on the right track. So all the best for that. Alex, the dangling arms and the legs and the medieval torture equipments was amazing. Definitely created a great picture in our minds. The difference between dreamer and achiever is action and not intelligence or skill or experience. The importance of mentors and how they shape our lives, and we're not alone. Amelia, laughing more years to your life, which I liked very much. Michaela, the incremental habits. You can get off the floor. Life is not that bad. Claire, three things to succeed in life: a wishbone, backbone, and funny bone, which was really, really cool. It's all about our attitude. And Roger, the cancer was not going to limit me, which just shows how amazing mentally and strong you are. So thank you to everyone. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Michelle. Very appreciating the depth and the length of your grammarian attention, focus you gave. Thank you so much. Yeah, we come to the end of the evening. All good things have to come to an end. You all were elevating, lifting our spirits. You educated. We enjoyed it so much. I would like to come back to Dr. Anthony Huberman and his Andrew. Anthony, there's so much yet now in me. I found his YouTube when I was scrolling to find something about elevating, and here I come about the YouTube, and it says train your mind to stay calm in any situation. So I think, okay, I first need to stay calm in being now the Toastmaster, and it had nothing to do really with that. It was a schedule of how to start your day, and I can only say after 3 days following, and some of that what he suggests is already part of my life. But for 3 days, really getting up in the morning and writing a few affirmations. In the evening, going to bed, and in the morning, getting up and being grateful. And you have to say it loud. I'm grateful for having had a meeting with friends who were elevated, educated, and give me so much joy. Whatever it is, it doesn't need to be long, but say gratitude. And Alex, in your speech, that came out as well. In all of your speeches, there was a little treasure of what Mr. Huberman wants us to do. So I can see we're all doing some of it already. It's gratitude that is so important. And they say that people who live with gratitude, they have a presence about themselves. They don't need the acknowledgement of the world for them because they are enough of who they are, because they're grateful for every little thing. And I thought as well, to get out of bed, we can be grateful, because I do know people who can't do that anymore. So gratitude is a big thing to do. And do you know, in the morning when you wake up, that is the most difficult time, or the most serious, problematic time? Because here comes the decision. Do I want to stay in bed and find something? The grip to the side table, my telephone. Or maybe I deserve to stay a little bit longer. Or will you not postpone it and have intention to get up? Because then you conquer, or we can conquer, our lazy mind. In earlier times, we all thought, I don't know whether I speak like we all, but that the mind is really who we are. But it's not. By now, thanks to science as well, we learn that the mind is something we can control, we can re-educate. And it starts in the morning. And that's what he meant as well with the blueprint of your life. So the wake-up time leaves until you do something, there's a gap. And in this gap of intention and execution, lies laziness. And yeah, I can only recommend get up as soon as possible. As well important is to look out, now it's winter, but otherwise for your circadian life cycle, to look out and see that your brain understands the day starts now. Look in the sky. Some people have a sun rising, wonderful. I only see a pink shadow there, but in the evening I know when to go to bed. So there's this pink there, and it says, yes, my body knows, because our body is a pure container of holding information, of transmuting or translating information. Our soul, our heart, is something completely different, which has nothing to do, and you all know that, with that one which is pumping here. You find that one when you get up, you sit down, and you reclaim yourself, and that is in stillness. It's not about how wonderful that comes, that affirmation is, later. It's about going into this empty space and say, who am I? And in earlier times I thought, God, there's nothing coming. But now I know that's exactly what is. We are the limitless, timeless space, which in quantum physics they call the field, the quantum field. And in religion they say it's God. Whatever you want to find to say it, Brahman or so. But it is that, who am I? And there's nothing. And in that nothing is everything. Because during the day, when you find back into that stillness, into this, there is nothing. That's where inspiration comes in. That's where on a timeline, which is horizontal, all of a sudden a vertical line comes in. It's inspiration, and it tells you exactly what to do. And we have lost to listen to that inner voice. Sorry guys, I always say we, but for many it is like that. So it might not be for you, because what I hear in those speeches, it's really enticing and it's just wonderful. Maybe there is something for you I can give to you via Mr. Huberman. Then write a single affirmation, or write what you're thinking, what you're afraid of, and what you need to do today to move forward. It's another thing. An affirmation, or write what you're afraid of, what you need to do today to move forward, and what you're thinking. Very simple. Speak a mantra. It only needs to be a simple one. I chose a little bit of a difficult one. I don't wait for the world's approval. I act according to the values I've chosen. Today, I am the master of my mind. It's a long one, but there are others. I no longer begin with pressure. I begin with presence. Gratitude, as we mentioned, it's a strategy, a sharp psychological lever to recognize your value and move out of the mindset I lack into I have. Direct your thoughts to the things which work in your life. Let gratitude be your emotional foundation intentionally. I think the word intentionally is very important. And then another thing is move for 15 minutes. It's not important that you go to the gym and work yourself completely crazy. It's just a few things in the morning. And if it's 15 minutes walk, stand up, breathe, 10 deep breaths, take the air in, walk or jog or whatever, 15 minutes. And if you're doing all of this, you have reclaimed the wheel. You're not drifting anymore. You are steering. Own your morning and elevate your life, because the way you begin will be the way you live. My dear friends, I say good night. It was a wonderful evening, and I hope you can take a little bit home, because that is always our intent here, that we are not just throwing it there, that we keep and work on it and grow from that. It was lovely to be your Toastmaster. Good night, and may I now hand over to our wonderful president, and thank you for being the president. Thank you so much.
Can we please give Gabrielle another? Thank you for sharing your wise insights. and inspirations, even though you claim to say it's all from Huberman. I know there's a lot that's come just from you and from your heart, and you're sharing it with all of us. So, Gabrielle, thank you. You really do bring such wisdom and insight, and with so much grace and so much love. So thank you for a really lovely evening.
I love you all.
I know you do, and we love you. So thank you so much, Gabrielle. And then to our first timers, we've had Rochelle, who was first time grammarian, and we've had Christina as first time evaluator. And both did such a great, was it your first time doing timer? No. Everyone did such a great job with their first time. Evaluations, brilliantly done. And Rochelle, well done. You did so well. I know you said earlier you felt like you hadn't prepared, but you were just spot on, and you brought in your own way, your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 lift off. It was beautiful. So well done to the two of you. And then, of course, I won't forget all of our other role players. Thank you so much, Claire. Table topics, always outstanding. So lovely. I love hearing everyone's heart come through. And speakers, evaluators, have I left anyone out? Our counter, you all did a great job. So thank you so much. And like I've said before, and soon it's Michaela's job to show that beautiful, gorgeous, colourful thing that Michaela has. Sign up sheet. There we go. That's your little theme song for the year. Love it. Is to please take on roles. It helps make this evening as special as it is. And it looks like there's quite a lot of roles. We've got speakers, but we need evaluators. I think we need timers, R counters, grammarians, everything.
Toastmaster.
We need a Toastmaster for September.
Yeah,
I think Andrea, just pop Andrea's name. She's going to fight you.
You said that.
Yeah, that's right. And then to our speakers. Alex, congratulations. Your first speech is done. So all you now need to do is go mark it off on Toastmasters. So congratulations. Go mark it off complete, and then that's one step closer to your next speech. So well done. How does it feel? Good. Yeah. It's not as scary as you maybe thought. And you were so confident and so easy and just so natural. It flowed easily for you.
Session that was supposed to be 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Extra practice. Thanks, the Peninsula. Well done to all of our speakers and to our table topic speakers too. You all were brilliant. Our next meeting is the 5th of August. Are we good for 5th of August?
I will check.
Okay. And the theme is no limits. And you mentioned it now, Gabrielle, or limitless. And it's interesting that you said that because we had it, I think, as limitless, and then we changed it to no limits. So it's going to, you can choose which one you want to bring into it. No limits, limitless, whatever it might be. And as Roger said, it's not to limit our lives. And then call for roles. Now to check in with our lovely guests. Ntabeling, are you able to chat to me? Or do you want to, I know you had a struggle with your microphone, or just type us a little love letter in the chat and let us know what you were thinking and how you found the meeting. And we'd love to hear from you if you're struggling with your sound. Umakazi, how did you find this?
It was interesting.
Yeah. I like your choice of words.
Yes, it was more like, as I always get nervous with people that I don't know how to do some speech. So at least it gave me that opportunity to learn that you need to speak out, you need to do some action, eye contacts, you see. So at least it gave me it educated me how to do the speech or how to be in front of everyone to present something. It is encouraging and motivating.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
For being with us. And it's like, I think Huberman said it about your mind and how it's so powerful, and it's like a muscle that you actually have to start practicing. It's the same with public speaking.
Yes.
The more you stand up here, the easier it gets. And you can start with small roles, timer role, our counter role. It's just standing up
Standing,
here, you've got your
yes.
paper, so you're kind of safe, and you can do what you
Do
need
what
to
it
do. And it just is that little bit until you feel comfortable and confident enough to stand up and speak. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Rosetta, how did you find this evening with us at Toasted? Will we see you again? And Ruby, do you think Ruby loved her time?
I think you want to take part in tabletop.
And Roger, how did you find this evening? You are a fellow Toastmaster. What is your take on tonight?
I'm comparing it with the old club I was at, and this one is noticeably longer. It's just over 3 hours, whereas the other one, they've really been cutting themselves back, and it's too short now. They start at 6:30, and they finish at 8:20, and they have the same break as you for dinner. And that was one of the things I was complaining about.
Okay.
I said it's not long enough, and just falling on deaf ears.
And do they meet once a month or twice a month?
Once a month.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The last Monday of the month.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I hope we get to see you back again, Roger and Rosetta.
Yeah.
We'd love you to
Well,
come
definitely.
back. Yeah, and Ruby's always welcome. Hey, Paul McCarthy.
Yes, that's not a problem.
As long as she doesn't grow any bigger.
Doesn't disturb anyone, doesn't disturb anyone.
No, exactly.
Yes,
Yeah.
I didn't notice.
Well, Rosetta.
Yes.
Rosetta and Roger, thank you so much for being with us this evening. We really thoroughly enjoyed having you.
next time again.
Yes, please do. The 5th of August. Yes. Thank you so much. Tell me, now that you've had the online experience and in-person experience, what is your takeaway?
Amazing. I want to be a member.
This is yours.
No hesitate. No hesitation.
I'm inspired. I wish I could have some of the quotes that were shared.
Yeah.
It's uplifting, and I like the ambience and the atmosphere. It's amazing.
Okay, great. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for being with us. But Tommy, you don't have to sign up for it. Let's just sign you up for Toastmasters first. But I love your enthusiasm.
I'm sorry if that was peer pressure.
But she's good in sales. Huh?
Yeah, she's great in sales. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. And it was lovely to have you as our guest.
And there's, Timmerling, she put in something there.
Okay, thank you. I'll read it. Okay, Sally, are we ready to do some award time? But before we do those awards, I want to just give Alex, you just got a new name. Alex's icebreaker ribbons. Alex, please come up. Sally, are you the photographer still? Or do you want Eugene to be the photographer? Eugene can take over
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. Okay, I think we start. Oh dear, I've got the wrong. Hold on, I've got the wrong ribbon here. Oh, no, leaving my stage. I just had the wrong ribbon.
You can look. You can look.
Like a special little.
I jump in. I forgot my little quotes. There are more. All shades of insecurity dissolve in the warm glory of persistency.
Yes.
All shadows of insecurity dissolve in the warm glory of persistency. Elevating, speaking, whatever it is. Shall I take another one?
Sure.
I love this one. Elevate yourself to be fully present, astoundingly polite, unusually knowledgeable, full of enthusiasm, incredibly hardworking, intensely imaginative, noticeably inventive, and gasp-worthily great at what you do.
Oh,
Yes.
You are all of those things.
That's why we are on Toastmasters.
No, I said you are all
I'm
of
not.
those things.
This is, by the way, from Robin Sharma, the 5 o'clock.
Yes.
They're
Okay.
really elevating as well. So, yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks, Gabrielle, for your top tips. Okay, we're going to be doing awards. When you win an award, please come up so we can take a quick photo shoot, so we can share, so Eugene can share on social media when I get you into the account. We'll do that. Okay, so the first award is tabletop. Yes, no, I think just this one. Just do that. No, don't do it again.
I wasn't expecting this.
It's because you were so brave and you shared a story with us.
Yeah.
So
Right.
thank you for being so brave.
Thank you.
We're going to have a quick photo op.
Oh.
Yeah? Thank you. Ruby, your dad won tonight.
Yes. So auntie be coming again, eh?
Yes. Okay, and drum roll, please. Yes, evaluator. Shall I just minimize that quickly? Oh, I want to put Libby on the screen. Oh. Hey, Libby, just wait.
Libby!
Sorry.
Okay, Libby has to say something.
Sorry, Libby, I'm spotlighting you, but it's not working. We're just seeing the screen. But
Thank you.
say your words speech quickly.
Some words of wisdom.
Thank you, everybody. So nice to see all the young people joining Toastmasters. This club is in very good hands. It's great to be here.
Hello again.
Libby, we miss you. Please come and visit us soon.
I hope to. The grandchildren came up here, so that's why I didn't get down there.
Oh, so nice. Okay, great. Congratulations, Libby. Now, for the moment that you've all been waiting for.
Thank you.
I think you've got a few of those, hey?
Just.
Woo! Thank you. Thank you, everybody. That was very exciting. Thank you to my Zoom master for zooming about on the arrows. Sorry, I never know which one it is. And then to our new exco, I just want to give you a big warm welcome again. And I'm really, really excited to have you guys on board and to help guide this club to be another President's Distinguished. We're missing one of these. We need our last year's one.
Somewhere in the cupboard.
Okay. And then we'll get our this year's one. And then we'll just keep getting them. So thank you, everybody. I hope you had a lovely evening. Bomakazi, thank you again to your hotel for hosting us. Really, the food was amazing.
Yes.
So thank you so much. We so appreciate you all. And we'll see everybody back on the 5th of August. Same place, same time, different theme. And please, before you leave, go to Michaela and sign up for all the roles that we're doing for August and September. Even October is there, so off you go. Climb up. Bye, Libby. Bye, Rochelle. Bye, Amelia. Nice to see you. Bye, Tabele.
Her message is in there.
Okay, I must read her message. Yay.
Do you want to swap there? Do you want to write something? No pressure.
Yeah, you see.
No, I said you could do anything. You're lucky because that's